The Italian Wine Podcast is the community-driven platform for Italian wine geeks around the world. Support the show by donating at ItalianWinePodcast.com. Donate €5 or more and we'll send you a copy of our latest book, My Italian Grape Geek Journal, absolutely free. To get your free copy of My Italian Grape Geek Journal, click Support Us at ItalianWinePodcast.com or wherever you get your pods. Grazie mille. Official media partner, the Italian Wine Podcast, is delighted to present a series of interviews and highlights from the 2023 Wine2wine Business Forum, featuring Italian wine producers and bringing together some of the most influential voices in the sector to discuss the hottest topics facing the industry today. Don't forget to tune in every Thursday at 3 p.m. or visit theitalianwinepodcast.com for more information.
Ciao tutti, hello everyone. We're ready to start the session, and thank you so much for joining this Central Asian Explore New Territories. I imagine that you must be really interested if you've chosen this topic instead of the how artificial intelligence work with the wine. That's the one that I would go to if I wasn't a speaker. So thank you very much again. I want to ask you, how many of you actually know where Kazakhstan is? Could you raise the hand? Okay. And Azerbaijan? Okay. Mongolia? Okay, Mongolia is the most known. Please note that. Okay, let me introduce Artem Lebedev. He's the speaker today. He's only 33 years old, and he's been into wine industry for 10 years, which means he started quite early, just right after he was legal to drink, I guess. So he just right away decided to make it his profession.
Way earlier.
Yeah, just right away. Tom is a certified sommelier and wine teacher and wine communicator. He's ASI certified and a specialist in deep set, and he's also an Italian wine ambassador. And he worked as a judge at international wine sommelier competitions such as Mundus Divini, 5-star wines without walls, best sommelier of Asia and Oceania. He is also a co-owner of the first Kazakhstan sommelier school in wine, and he was the first president of the Kazakhstan Sommelier Association.
Thank you, Anna. Thank to everybody to investing your time in this session. For me, it's a great pleasure, especially due to the reason that last time it was like 1/3 of this amount of people. Last time I spoke only about Kazakhstan, but now Central Asia is growing. So this session is about not only Kazakhstan, but about the whole Central Asia, about the heart of the great state. And I don't want to waste your time. I want to give you some interesting information because I believe that this region is one of the future regions. It's not America, it's not US, of course, it's not China, but in terms of future, it definitely could be interesting. So I'm originally from Russia, but I switched to Kazakhstan, to Central Asia in 2016. So I spent more than 7 years in Central Asia and I know about it, so we'll explain a bit to you. First of all, take a look in this map. I believe that everybody know about it. It's a very famous map of wine folly, and you know where the viticulture and wine production starts. We mainly know about the road from Caucasus to the west to Europe, but nobody explored the way to the east. And it was very important for all the territories in the east, also in China, viticulture, winemaking, but nobody know about it now. What do you think? Why nobody speak about it now? About eastern direction, due to the religion, because a lot of people are Muslims there, and like half of the population, and they are not drinking alcohol. So we have a prohibition of advertisement in many countries, but there are people who drink, there are people who enjoy wine, so there are a lot about to speak. So when we speak about Central Asia, we speak about a historical territory which centered in Kazakhstan, and this territory is, from the historic point of view, the crossroads between west and the east, between north and the south, and this was the place of trade. This was a place of the Silk Way. The problem is in these territories, it's a lot of places, they are not suitable for any growing, not only grape growing, but any growing. So the only point for people to survive was to trade. And we know how to trade, and we know how to sell good wines and also very expensive wines. People normally don't know about it. So when I think about Great Steppe, I speak about the territory from Austria till Pacific Ocean. Who know appellations, wine regions of Austria? So Leitaberg, the Lake Neusiedl, the Wine Academy Österreich. So this is the western edge, the western point of Great Steppe. If we see geological formation and historical point of view, and eastern part of Great Steppe is more or less the shore of the Pacific Ocean. So this is a huge territory. Of course, we don't speak about Austria now, and we don't speak about China today, but we speak more or less about everything between Austria and China. So there are a lot of countries. We can speak about UNESCO, meaning of Central Asia. It's the territory from Turkey to Mongolia. So a lot of countries. Yeah, you can see like Afghanistan, Iran, which are completely not drinking, maybe smoking something, but not drinking. There are other type of sommeliers there. Yeah, but Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Mongolia, Azerbaijan, Georgia don't want to take part in Central Asia. They want to be Caucasus. But anyway, a lot of countries are very interesting to develop. Of course, everybody know about Bitcoin. And of course, a lot of people know the story about Bitcoin for like that somebody buy a few Bitcoins and then change it to the pizza. And now it's worth like the few houses in the central of London. And I believe that Central Asia is more or less the same. So nobody speak about it. The consumption is very low. The population is not very big. But to invest today, it's very easy to start working, to find the partners. And when I switched from Russia to Central Asia, my idea was to develop, to start something and to grow it. And it was very easy, no competition. So any Italian winery which entered Kazakhstan wine market 10 years ago was successful because no competition. Now we have some competition, but we also open the neighboring countries like Azerbaijan, like Uzbekistan, and like Mongolia. So today I will speak few words about every country, and you can see the situation.
Here you go. At least you know where the countries are for those who is not sure.
Yeah. To be in the sommelier, I strongly believe that you can only work with some place if you know the place. Even if you can't visit it personally, you need to study the map. You need to understand the altitude, the latitude, everything, the terroir, the culture. So the profile of Kazakhstan, or Kazakhstan, like Italians name it. So consumption now, media consumption, average consumption is more or less 3 liters per capita. It's very small. But 7 years ago, when I came to Kazakhstan, it was 1.5. So we double it in 7 years. I believe that it's a very good work when we speak about half Muslim country. And if we speak about the big cities, Almaty, Astana, maybe some more, the consumption is more or less like 6, 7, maybe even 8 liters per capita, which is more or less close to Russia before the war, before the bad thing started. Also, it's not good to say it, but our wine economy, our wine trade now growing also due to the Russian people who relocate. Those who are not supporting the war, they relocate with money, and they start spending money in Kazakhstan. So now you can think about Kazakhstan like about good Russians, like proper Russians. I'm like happy to think about that. Also the same idea with Azerbaijan, with Uzbekistan, with Mongolia, everywhere around. So when we speak about import in Kazakhstan, the first is Georgia and Italy, more or less on the same level. But Georgian wines, they take the lowest price point, and Italian wine goes higher. And if we go to the supermarket in Kazakhstan, in Almaty, in the cultural capital, you can find Italian wine starting from 8 euro to 1,000 euro per bottle. Of course, the most of consumption is 5 euro, 6 euro, 7 euro, 8 euro, but we have a lot of people who make money on cryptovalues, on Bitcoin, also in oil industry, and they can spend as much money as they want. So if we speak about other countries, it's of course France. but mainly due to Bordeaux and Burgundy. So we have a lot of people whose palate is developed to drink good wine. But if we speak about these Italian wines, which is the most dominated the market, we speak about very simple, understandable style. Not simple, but mainly understandable style, like juicy, fresh, Primitivos, Prosecco, Valpolicella Ripasso is very successful, Etna is very successful, Barbera is very good working. So this kind of style work very well. It's strange, but we don't have a culture of Lambrusca now. It was in the past. Now we skip it. I don't know why. I'm very big fan of about good Lambrusca, and I try to develop it, but it's kind of difficult. And for me, it's strange, but in this price range from 5 till 20 euro, we don't have any real customers for classical regions of Italy, like Chianti Classico, like the wines from Campania, the wines from Marche. And I believe that this is the point when where the competition is lower and where we can grow. I believe, because I'm the very big fan of classic Italian varieties and historical styles. So the trends are that the people from Kazakhstan, they travel a lot. They have very, I don't know why, but they have very strong connection with Canada, with the US and with USA and with Germany. So a lot of people go to study abroad to these countries, and then they come back with understanding of wine culture, and they drink, and they become more and more not old, but ready to drink good wines. My customers, when I just arrived to Kazakhstan, they were around 40, 50, 60 years old. Now the situation is different. I have now some customers who is younger than me, who make money and who drink very good wines, and they understand the wine. So I'm very happy about that. And if 7 years ago we mainly speak about semi-sweet wines, now we speak more about dry wines in big cities. So now we are in a good situation in Kazakhstan. I believe that Kazakhstan become the heart of Central Asia, because if we go back to the previous map, you can see, do you know where is Almaty? Where is the cultural capital? So you can separate Kazakhstan for third, and third. Take eastern third, like north of Kyrgyzstan. In the middle of Kyrgyzstan, more or less, you will have Almaty. So it's 800 meters above sea level. It's the beginning of Tian Shan Mountains. And this is the cultural capital, like the most beautiful green city. We also have there some viticulture. I work in Almaty. I develop wine culture here. And I believe that Almaty become, like the point of meeting point, melting pot. Because if somebody want to study wine, before they went to Moscow, now it's not a very good idea. So now they are trying to go to Europe or to Hong Kong or to Almaty. So for those who have not enough money to spend abroad in Europe, they go to study in Almaty. They see the trends in Almaty. And I really believe that Almaty become a trendsetter for Central Asia. We also, as a former president of Kazakhstan Sommelier Association, I did organized sommelier competitions, and all the importers from all Central Asia, they come to drink wine, to network, to speak, and etc. So this is the idea of Kazakhstan. Also, some photos. The terroir, 800 meters. So I just visited the Malbec with a session with Catena Zapata. So I strongly believe that Malbec will work very well in this terroir, but our winemakers, they don't.
It looks like Argentina a lot.
Yeah, it's actually Mendoza. It's kind of Mendoza. It's Kazakh Mendoza.
A bit more even rows, though.
Yeah.
In Argentina, not.
So what I would like to show you about Kazakhstan. This is a kind of festival which name is Toy. It's celebration of something. It could be birthday or any other festival, any other happy moment. And if we take a look on the left picture is how normal people celebrate it. Very simple, with delicious food, Asian style. If we take a look on the right picture, it's how it goes when the people with oil or with money celebrate. It's rixes, it's conspicuous consumption, conspicuous. So when you want to show off, Yeah, show off. So people like really want to show everybody that they have money. So for the wedding party, you can invite like up to 1,000 people, and there will be those who don't know. And
Are they showing up in labels, in wine labels also?
Yes, definitely. So it's
which labels would go? Champagne?
No. We speak about Italy. Kazakhstan is not the market for champagne, unfortunately. So Kazakhstan is market for Super Tuscany. It will be Tignanello or Guadaltasso, probably on Massetto, not for 1,000 people. Okay. Tignanello could be for 1,000 people. Yeah. So it's crazy.
Then they're not rich enough. Huh?
Yeah. No, they're rich, but they don't want to spend for those people who they even don't know. Yeah, so
it's interesting.
Both of these pictures, they are kind of, strange because it's two sides of the medal, and both of them are very radical. But we also...
I'm sorry, Artem, what people on the left want to drink?
Vodka, mainly. If they drink wine, it will be cheap, semi-sweet Georgian wine. And I think this is not the point where you, like winemakers, I don't think that you need to focus on these people now, because it's a bad thing, but they normally don't have enough money to drink wine. They can drink by themselves, but for the big parties, they will not order the wines. Or it will be Georgian semi-sweet, Kinzmaraulli or some like that. Maybe you could with the very mass semi-dry wines, but the quantities of order to Kazakhstan should be like the cars, not the pellets. It should be the big trucks. Uh-huh. Otherwise, it will not be enough. So we need quantities, a big quantities for that.
Could you tell me also, could you tell us how the price changes, like export price, how it changes when wine is entering Kazakhstan? So, is it doubles, triples? What's the economy?
Ex-seller from here, normally for 10 euro, it will be tripled. It will be tripled, 300%. If we speak about more expensive wine, it will be cheaper. The more or less situation, some of you work now or work before with Russia. So the paperwork is the same, absolutely the same, because it's a union, the trade union. The costs almost the same, but Kazakhstan in a little bit in more difficult situation because it's more far away than Moscow or St. Petersburg. So it will be a little bit more expensive, but we can do a bigger margin because people are not so rich like in Russia. So we earn less money, but the wine price is cheaper than in Russia. So the price in Almaty is like in Yekaterinburg, more or less, in terms of wine, like in central Russia.
Artem, another question regarding Kazakhstan market. What is the system entering? Is there any monopoly or any restriction, like in Northern Europe, for example?
No, it's very simple. No monopoly. You just need to enter. Like in Russia, you need to go through customs. You need to put the access the same, and then you just need to sell the wine. It's exactly like in Russia 10 years ago. So we don't have the system to check all the bottles. Mm-hmm. So the problem is that we still have some fake bottles because the checking system of the wines is not good developed. But we are working on it, and I think in a few years it will come. So you have 2-3 more years to enter the market now without problems.
How many importers are in Kazakhstan?
This is interesting point because we have a very, very little amount. We have in Almaty about 15. In Astana we have about 7 to 8 in the western part of the country, which is closer to Europe. This is the hub for a lot of companies. So there are maybe 6 or 7, and maybe in some northern cities also a few. So I would like to say that it's like less than 50, or maybe even about 40.
Are all of them working the whole country?
No, definitely
They're
no.
not covering the whole market?
No. There are only 3-4 companies which cover the whole country, and they are not good in covering the whole country. So there are still no big importer who is covering all the cities, because it's impossible, because Kazakhstan is huge. So from the west to east, it's like the territory, like, I don't know, maybe from Lisbon to Vienna, or even more or less. It's huge. So this is the situation. Who they are? Who are the people?
Actually, how many of them? Because you mentioned there are the population, the drinking population is not big, but approximately?
It's a good question. 20 million population, half of them more or less are Muslim, so we speak about 10 million. And let's cut 30% of youngsters and those who don't drink at all. So I think we have 7 million people drinking wine, and it's more or less, I think, like Moscow. The whole Kazakhstan is like Moscow.
And they say their preferences, the question was about the preferences, what they
drink. More or less, I already answered that question. They drink Italian wine. They drink, in the low price point, they drink Georgian wine. Higher price point, they drink Italian wine. Premium price point, they drink Bordeaux, Super Tuscany, California. And very small amount of Burgundy drinkers, but we have everything. So we have all the top producers on the market. Even if it's not the direct sales, we have it on the black market. We have it resaled by somebody, so we have everything. I used to work with the president of Kazakhstan, and always there was the Petrus, always there was the Romanekanti. It was serious stuff, serious parties.
Okay.
Coming back to America, Vinitaly International Academy, the ultimate Italian wine qualification will be held in New York City from 4 to 6 March 2024. Have you got what it takes to become the next Italian wine ambassador? Find out at vinitaly.com.
Thank you. One more question.
How much taxes impact on the final price for Italian wine?
Not too much. It's not a problem. I would like to say that it's not a problem at all. So unfortunately, the worst price point for us is 15 till 25 euro ex-cellar, because in this price point there are lowest accessible population. So a lot of people want to drink cheap wine. Good amount of people want to drink expensive wine. So I would like to say that the normal Barolo, not premium, normal Barolo is very difficult to sell. Premium Barolo is very easy to sell, and Barbera is very easy to sell. But the middle is difficult, and this is affected strongly.
Is it due to the taste or certain image of the wine?
Like the salaries of the people, the taste of the wine, everything. Like this is really difficult. So if you're working in this price point, you need to think about Central Asia, like the cheapest wine which you have and the most expensive wine which you have. Both of them will be successful. The middle will be difficult.
Thank you. Let's move on.
So we have wine festivals. We have young people who understand wine culture now. So it's beautiful. It's the harvest festival in our local producer. So it's very nice. And we have this kind of very fine dine places. So this is Kazakh Aul. Aul, it's a historical place where people live in Asia. So Kazakh Aul, it's...
People sit on the floor.
Yeah, you can
in
sit
the fine dining.
You can sit on the floor, but you will have like Zalto glasses, or it will be Spiegelau, like at least definition level, or it will be Riedel, so very good glasses, good sommelier, good wine list, traditional food, and we have a lot of these places. So sometimes
are there plates?
Yes.
Okay.
No finger food in other places.
No banana leaves.
Yeah. Okay, now we will go a little bit quicker because other countries, they are satellites in terms of wine culture. One of the first is Uzbekistan because of the population. It's 35 million officially, but normally people would like to say that it's 50 million unofficially. The consumption is very low, 0.5, mainly due to the reason that they still drink vodka. They also shifting, we feel it, because my friends, importers, all of them start going more and more often to Uzbekistan because the government of Uzbekistan, 10 years ago, they make a program to support local producers. It does not work because local producers want to produce bad wine. So it does not work. And now they try to milder the restrictions for import. And now import wines start to developing. But for Italians now, imported information today, France winning. Because all the French producers are already there. Bordeaux, Burgundy, Languedoc, Champagne, everything there. In terms of Italy is, I would like to say, maybe even not the second, because second is also Georgia. So Italy can go to Uzbekistan. You know the main dish in Uzbekistan? It's plov. And plov is decomposed version of risotto. Maybe not decomposed, but
rice-based.
Rice-based dish.
A lot of fat.
Yeah, and this like Chianti Classica, Valpolicella, everything pairs greatly with plov, and it's very cheap. But also they don't have a lot of money, but there are also people who have money to drink. They also have conspicuous consumption, and they have historical, consumption habits, because Alexander Makedonsky was there a lot of years ago, but he was standing with his troops in the main river of Uzbekistan, and they start growing wines. So they have a wine culture. This is just a beautiful picture about architecture. Now there are a lot of tourists, and I have my customers who originally from Russia, who now live in Kazakhstan, and who go to Uzbekistan every weekend because it's beautiful every weekend, and they always take some wines with them, because in Uzbekistan there are no wines, and they also take the glasses and they drink wine in these beautiful places, and they send the photos to me. So it's amazing. If we speak about Uzbekistan, also important thing is zero alcohol or low alcohol, because Muslims are dominating in this population. So a lot of them want to drink wine, but they can't. So they can do it at home, but at the restaurants they need something which will substitute alcohol. So maybe some of you are producing zero alcohol wine. So if you need to make more money, this is the point in Uzbekistan.
Is it like 0%, or there could be like a minimum alcohol level? I mean, is it a market for beer, maybe for cider?
It's only vodka market, and they drink a lot of vodka. But the population, the people who drink vodka, they become older and older. And I'm not joking. We speak about people who now like 80 years old, and the younger people, they don't want to drink vodka. Their parents, they drink vodka and have bad image due to it. So the young generation want to drink cocktails and want to drink not beer, cocktails and wine. And there are opening some places, but Uzbekistan is more monopoly. So you need to open some wine places. You can't sell the wine in a normal supermarket. You need to open wine place. But now a lot of people investing to open these wine places, because 5 years ago there was only 2 or 3 wine places in Tashkent, the main city, and Tashkent is 5 million.
Is that the wine capital of Uzbekistan?
Yes,
definitely. That would be the city to approach, right?
Definitely. Okay. On this map.
So Tashkent.
Uzbekistan, Tashkent is in between Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, more or less. It's not exactly so, but in this small valley, it's Fergana Valley, and this is also the main viticulture point of the country, also the touristic point of the country. So it's beautiful. Azerbaijan, I like it very much, and it has huge potential which nobody can see. We need to bear in mind, speaking about Azerbaijan, that they have crazy amount of oil, absolutely crazy. When I first time visit Baku, the capital, I saw 15 minutes from the center of the city, I saw the oil going out from the earth, and nobody cares. And it's just black lake in the country, in the city. It was amazing. So they have per capita oil. They have a lot of oil, and they had very good times. Like 5 years ago. Now it's not so good, but they develop the architecture, they build the hotels, the buildings, the yachts. So there are a lot of things to do for rich people. And its population only 10 millions. Half of them are in Baku, in the capital. Consumption is 1 liter, but it's not so. It's not like that. It's higher, but they don't have any proper statistics, because they are also kind of Turkish-oriented, Muslim dominated, so they don't want to speak about that they drinking, but they drink. I bet they drink, and their palate is very good for southern Italy, so they sell a lot of Sicily. Sicily goes very well there.
Red or white?
Both red and white. They don't care. They have their own production, and it's pretty good. And for those of you who are interested, they have one of their main doctors, which is very famous. He's a surgeon. He make very expensive operations. So he became the winemaker, and he produced the wine from Sangiovese, close to Baku, from Pugnetello. from Aglianico, and he is very big, promoter of Italian wines and Italian grapes.
What's his name? Give us the name.
Farhad. So you can find on Instagram. He will be very happy to speak with all of you. I believe that he will also can think about importing Italian wines because he is Italian wine ambassador, making Azerbaijan wine with Italian grapes.
Unofficial one, or he's
no, unofficial. But he is very good because he has a friends in the government everywhere. So Italy is a very big trend in Azerbaijan, and Azerbaijan is growing in terms of drinking Italian wines. The main point is Italian wines. The second or the first is also Georgia because it's on the border, because it's close. The problem there is that Turkish orientation is not very good because Turkey is not supporting the wine, and Azerbaijan, in my opinion, like competing between to become European or to become more Turkey. Now it's 50-50. So Mongolia, it's absolutely fantastic country. Nobody knows about it. The capital is Ulaanbaatar, and Ulaanbaatar is one of the most polluted cities in the world. So it's very cold. Now it's like at night it's minus 25. Now it will be minus 50 in 1 month. It's polluted. It's nothing to do, I would like to say. So they want to work to earn money and then spend on consumption. 12 liters per capita. So in terms of Central Asia, they are second market. They are small, only 3 million people, but with this consumption level, Mongolia is very interesting. But in Mongolia, Italy is not performing also very well. In Mongolia, France and Germany is number one. So international varieties with Riesling, they works very well. They have very nice people. It's the only one country in Central Asia which speaks Russian bad, so they don't communicate in Russian, they communicate in English. Maybe due to that reason they are also like developed in terms of wine culture. But they are far away from everywhere. I always say that Kazakhstan is the middle of nowhere, but Mongolia definitely can compete. So Mongolia is a nightmare in terms of flights or anything.
Horses, only by horses.
Only horses. Basically, it's only one city, Ulaanbaatar, it's the main. And due to that reason, they developed e-commerce, they developed online sales, and online sales is like half of all the sales of all beverages, not only about the alcohol. It's a lot. It's a lot because in Kazakhstan we don't have, I think, even 12%, maybe 10% of internet sales. But in Mongolia it's very strong. Ulaanbaatar looks good. I choose the best photo in the internet. But the people are very nice. The hard times create good men, and hard places also create good men. Okay, and Kyrgyzstan, it's very small in terms of territory. Its population is also like 6 million in the country. Also, mainly only one city. The capital is Bishkek. Bishkek is one of the worst airports in terms of how it looks like.
But doesn't look like invitation to collaboration.
Yeah. No, wait. But it's the main hub. So if you want to go cheap to South Africa or to London or to anywhere, Bishkek is the correct place. And Bishkek is by car only 3 hours from Almaty. So you have Almaty from Kazakhstan, you have Bishkek from Kyrgyzstan, you have Tashkent from Uzbekistan, and this triangle is what I see as a wine capital, as a wine heart of Central Asia. So this is what I'm...
Italian wine triangle.
Yeah, Italian wine
Asia.
Triangle. Yeah, and if you go to Almaty, you can visit 3 countries and 3 main markets. Only Mongolia and Azerbaijan is very far away. These are very nice and very, very close too. In Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan wine is the main. Then goes Spain, Georgia, and Italy and France. So Uzbekistan is also not developed in terms of Italian wines. So a lot of things to do. And they also trying to develop e-commerce. And for you to know, Antinori 10 years or 20 years ago started Kyrgyzstan project, and they have a vineyard in Kyrgyzstan, in Issyk-Kul Lake. You can Google this information. I don't know any good development, but they have the vineyard in Kyrgyzstan because they wanted to check the Central Asia 20 years ago, not in terms of consumption, but in terms of production. But I believe that they found a lot of corruption and not consumption or production. So maybe that's why
Discover something new.
So the view of Bishkek and Tian Shan mountains on the background. So that's it, more or less. It's kind of highlighting a WOT analysis. I think you understand it. The situation is not stable in Central Asia like everywhere in the world now, so this could be the problem. But we really, at the start of the journey, we only developed everything. So if we will grow strongly. For those who want to have new market, it's real opportunity for me. My idea when I started in Almaty to build a sommelier school to teach people, professionals and normal consumers to enjoy wine, and I feel that we did very successful. So we start from very simple one-day courses and seminars where people drinking the whole glass and was completely drunk after 30 minutes. And now we have a kind of this beautiful room in Almaty, more or less in the premium quarter of Almaty, very good connected, very well to drink, to taste the wine, to study.
Speaker, it's Austrian wine.
Yeah, not Italian wine. It's to tease you.
Lana is doing her great job.
Austrians are very quick. So, but I quickly believe that in terms of offline, you only have people from Almaty, and if we gave them wine, for them it could be very expensive, this kind of courses. So we try to do online. We also go online and we create Central Asian Wine University, and we make online courses to teach people outside of Almaty. So now I really believe that we are on the way to realize our dream to make Central Asian wine community and to promote our ideas, our products. So if you are interested in entering market, we also do consulting for the producers. You can send the wine, we can gather all the participants from other countries also, or we can resend the wine to other countries. So you can find the people. To make the contracts, it's up to you. But to meet with people, it's to us, because we have about 5,000 people list in Central Asian Wine University. This is who work with the wine, who drink the wine. I believe that for you it could be interesting. So we are free to speak, to discuss. We are very young, but my idea is to do also kind of WCT, but in Central Asia, not WCT, because I'm also WCT, but we want to develop something on Russian for those who have no money but want to drink wine and want to know about the wine.
Thank you very much. I think it was a very interesting session. Let's give applause to Artem.
Yeah, it was a great pleasure for me again. Thank you for being here. And if you have any more questions...
Listen to the Italian Wine Podcast wherever you get your podcasts. We're on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Himalaya FM, and more. Don't forget to subscribe and rate the show. If you enjoy listening, please consider donating through ItalianWinePodcast.com. Any amount helps cover equipment, production, and publication costs. Until next time, chin chin.